Bitcoin holding above 8,000 today, and crypto investors have their eyes on a few events next week that could give the cryptocurrency a boost.
First of all, let's take a look at the regulatory progress. This week, we just had a home run grand slam from the SEC and CFTC on what the regulations are going to be here.
Over the last year, many Americans have become increasingly interested in virtual currencies.
These are networks that are centralized and owned by, in a very democratic way, the users.
In 2013, the total value of Bitcoin in circulation was approximately $5 billion. Today, the market capitalization of Bitcoin is roughly $115 billion.
The regulatory stuff is super important. It's very important just to make sure you can get that institutional investor at some point into this game.
The technology, innovation, and ideas underlying these markets present significant positive potential.
We must thoroughly educate ourselves and the public about this new innovation.
Basically, they said there are rules out there. We're going to not stifle innovation.
HODL.
HODL.
I'm going to own it. I don't know what's going to come of it, but I want to hang on to it.
I think you're safe, at least risk-reward-wise, to start putting money back into Bitcoin here.
How do you put a value on cryptocurrencies? Does the market put a value on it, or does it go straight up and then straight down, or what?
Well, that's, what's something worth? It's what somebody's willing to pay you for it.
What is the specific item that you look at as being an item which is subject to your review? A security in what?
So if I give you money, you give me a coin, and you say I'm gonna take the money and I'm gonna grow a business, and that's going to increase the value of that coin. You may be able to get value for it tomorrow. In fact, you probably will get value for it tomorrow. Buy now so you can get more value for it in a few days. That's a security.
Now, we are limited in our regulatory authority to set regulatory standards on these underlying platforms. But when it comes to enforcement, when it comes to ICOs, we're using our full authority to drive the message.
Are you tracking all these different daily emerging currencies?
But I want to be practical. If this issue were to come up before the agency, it would take a long time for it to be decided, because it would be the subject of a great deal of debate.
What are you suggesting, that we just go after the shysters and fully disclose? I mean, is that what you think we ought to do?
I think that is exactly the question we're here to pose and take forward, which is, what is the right way to deal with this new technology?
I mean, what's the point?
From a regulatory standpoint, are you saying that you don't see anything amiss?
Yes.
From a regulatory standpoint?
Yes.
HODL.
We owe it to this new generation to respect their enthusiasm about virtual currencies with a thoughtful and balanced response, not a dismissive one. And yet we must crack down hard on those who try to abuse their enthusiasm with fraud and manipulation. And we must thoroughly educate ourselves and the public about this new innovation. And we must make good policy choices and put in place sound regulatory frameworks to reduce risks for consumers.